Techno update. Subscribe now.
Vodafone Smart V8 Review. Design and build quality. With a large 5.5-inch display up front, the V8 isn't too small. It measures 155 mm in length, is 76 mm wide and is 9.7 mm thick. It's reasonably hefty, too, at 166 grams, although that isn't a huge amount heavier than most 5.5-inch smartphones, so you'll probably not notice the difference in your pocket. Also at the front is an LED notification light and an 8-megapixel selfie camera. The volume rocker is located on the right-hand edge, while the power button is located on the left next to the nano SIM and microSD card tray. The latter lets you add up to 128 GB on top of the phone's 32 GB internal storage. The phone's 3.5mm headphone jack is at the top and it has a micro USB port at the bottom, no USB Type-C here. Around the back is a 16-megapixel camera with a dual LED flash and a circular fingerprint reader. I prefer this positioning to putting the reader on the front, but it does mean you have to pick up the phone to unlock it, which is occasionally irritating. On the negative side, it's not possible to swap out the 3,000 mAh battery due to the phone's unibody chassis and there's no dust or water resistance. Display. The Vodafone V8 has a 5.5-inch Full HD, 1920 by 1080, LTPS/IPS display, which results in a pixel density of 404p. This is slightly lower than its rivals, such as the 5-inch Moto G5, which sits at 441p but still perfectly sharp. Unlike the cheaper Smart N8 and E8, the V8 has an oleophobic coating, which makes it easier to clean and prevents smudges from appearing. Software. Vodafone maintains a largely vanilla installation of Android across the full range of its smartphones and the Smart V8 is no different. It runs Android 7.1.1 Nougat out the box, has no annoying launcher or skin to get in the way and only a small handful of Vodafone apps are pre-installed. Performance. It runs Android mostly smoothly as well, helped along by an octa-core 1.4 GHz Snapdragon 435 processor, while 3 GB of RAM provides enough headroom for your multitasking needs. Pitted against its competitors, the Smart V8 is on par with the Moto G5 but is outpaced by the Lenovo P2. Battery life is good. It lasted 11 hours 9 minutes in our video rundown test and should last a day's worth of medium usage. If you're a heavy user or a Pokemon Go fanatic you'll need to carry around a power bank or top throughout the day. By comparison, the Moto G5 achieved 11 hours 51 minutes in the same test, but it's the Lenovo P2 that leads the way with a staggering 28 hours 50 minutes. Camera. The Smart V8 has a 16-megapixel camera shooter on the rear, which captures accurate colors and plenty lot of detail. If you're shooting landscape scenes I'd suggest turning on HDR, since without it images look dull and lack detail in the shadows. The inclusion of Super Night, Multi-Exposure, Slow Exposure, Time-Lapse, Slow Motion and Manual modes are welcome additions. In Manual mode you can adjust the shutter speed, ISO, exposure, white balance, focus and image interval. The camera can also shoot video up to 1080p at 30 fps. At the front there's a 8-megapixel camera,